This is chapter 1107 of the One Piece manga. A lot of things happen in this chapter, a lot of things that we didn't expect, and just bear with me. I'm gonna make this chapter into 3 parts, with chapter 1 of the giant warriors and everything that happens with them in this chapter, and the second is Luffy, Bonney and the others, and the third Saturn and the aftermath. So you can skip to any part of the video that you want, but I recommend watching all of the parts since this chapter has a lot in it and you don't wanna miss it. And with that, let the story begin. The chapter begins with Dory and Proggy. They arrive to the island. They tell the rest of the giant warrior pirates to sink any ship that they see. And we even see Kashi and Oimo. It's been a while. All of the giant warrior pirates are there. As the Marines say, countless members of their old crew have also been spotted. The fabled giant warrior pirates are here. Where have they been all of these years? We see them for the first time in all of the series this far. You've seen them in flashbacks, but this is the first time that they are actually here in action, and they're terrifying. Each one of them is the size of a ship. They begin to wreak havoc. They're going at the ships, destroying them. And Usopp is watching. He sees Dory and Proggy and starts crying. Beside him is Nami and Chopper. He thought that they might not see them in Elbaf, and this is just foreshadowing the next arc, Elbaf. And we see a bit of the history. We all know what happened, the rivalry between Proggy and Dory, so we're gonna skip that part. And how did they come? And well, the events of the Egghead Island are all over the news. The Navy marshaled a ton of manpower for this operation. It's no wonder it make the papers. But the headlines are painting them in good light. This is the first signs that the Egghead Island will change a lot. So, seeing this and hearing it, Usopp says that they didn't come here to wage war. They came to help us get out of here. We gotta hurry and finish up our preparations. We see the different sides of all of the Straw Hats. With Brook, well, his annoying Lilith, they're gonna get their stuff and get out of here. We see Jinpei is hurrying towards Zoro. Zoro is still fighting Lucci. Zoro tells him that it's time to wrap this up. Lucci replies with, only the winner gets to talk like that, Zoro. And Lucci starts to annoy him, referring to him as the arm of the body that needs cutting so the rest can escape. Zoro gets irritated. It almost sounds like you think you're the one in control of this fight, Lucci. On the other side of the island, the pacifistas are going at it with the ships. Roughly 30 small to medium-sized ships have been sunk with no signs of it stopping. So the Marines decide to pull back all of the ships beside the battleships, the first signs of their loss. And they start attacking the pacifistas. And on the island, the main event is about to happen. As we see Luffy in the air in his Gear 5, the sun god Nika form. While Saturn and everyone else are looking at him, he calls for Bonney. Hey Bonney, what's with the waterworks? Bonnie's just crying. Why wouldn't I be crying? I've been looking for you for so long. He tells her, but I've been here the whole time. Sure, but I didn't know you were Nika. He says, Nika, what's that? Oh yeah, what's the deal with that flimsy punch you tried to throw earlier? Bonney is just crying, and I don't blame her. The sun god Nika, the one who brings freedom, has always been a legend, but now he's in front of her eyes. She says, I was going for a big robbery attack like you. If it's so flimsy, why don't you show me how it's done? Give that old windbag a good one for Vegapunk. Then we can get out of here. Luffy looks at Vegapunk and is surprised at what happened to him, while Saturn is just referring to them as cockroaches that they don't deserve to live. Luffy just smiles. Him present there gives Bonney a sigh of relief. She's just happy now that Nika is there. Everything is going to be fine, and this smile symbolizes that. as he tells Saturn, "You are wrong." "Alright, Bonney." Sounds like a plan. He spins and spins his punch. "For the record, this is how you punch." He spins more and spins more and tells Saturn, "You're gonna pay for hurting my friends." As he starts pounding on him with a lot of punches, he uses the Gatling and is actually hurting Saturn. Saturn gets it handed to him. Bonney is just crying, and I'm sure there are tears of happiness. This is who Luffy is. This is the sun god, Nika, the one who brings freedom. He throws Saturn way out of the scene. Bonney's just sitting there beside Vegapunk. Frankie tells her that they need to go. There's no time. Vegapunk says, "Go out without me, Bonney. I've been a doctor for long enough to know that if I move now, I will die." If Vegapunk doesn't make it, if he actually dies in this arc, I'm gonna be just sad. I don't want him to die. I wanna see him more. I like his character, and I think the Straw Hats need that scientist, the one who invents. Frankie does that, but they need someone like Vegapunk. His inventions can change the world, and the Straw Hat crew will change the world. It's a nice addition to them. They get interrupted by Kizaru. He tells him, "You will be dead either way. This is it." He closes his eyes. He doesn't want to see Vegapunk's last moment. And as he blasts him, Sanji gets there and deflects the light attack from Kizaru. Kizaru is surprised. "It's a laser. How did he do it?" He tells them light doesn't hold a candle to love. And well, this is physics. In that moment, Frank and the others leave while Kizaru is still there, and we can see that he's not happy. He doesn't want all of this, and he knows it. He says, "They will expect me to at least bring back your heads after all of this." Sanji tells him, "You'd better start drafting an apology letter for them then." We see Luffy is beside him laughing and laughing. The ground has turned rubber. Both of them are there against Kizaru, and behind them is Vegapunk. They left him for Luffy and Sanji, and I'm confident that Luffy will protect him no matter what, and I'm crossing my fingers that Vegapunk will survive. Saturn is just laying on the ground in ruins after Luffy punched him, and a voice could be heard. Well, it's not every day you see one of the 5 elders down in the dirt. My, look at you. Just what kind of delicious power do you have to think an elder would come down to the surface and bless us with his presence is unheard of. As we see, they are part of the Blackbeard pirate. They arrived at Egghead Island. Saturn knows who they are. He tells her, "Katarina, I'm surprised a level 6 escapee like you would choose the life of a subordinate." She tells him Teach is special as his lineage. Saturn tells her, "Your crew is always up to something. What do you hope to get out of these stunts?" They tell him the wall. They look at each other as Saturn attacks them. They just disappear like that. Saturn is just furious. He's getting more and more angry. They just disappeared from where they were. It's Vance's ability. He can wrap people away to different locations, but he says he didn't master it just yet. Wait a second. This is Kuma's ability, if I'm not mistaken. Wrapping people to places, to different places. They stole Kuma's ability. This is why they are on this island. They stole his devil fruit powers. But how and when? I think this is the answer, since they wrapped themselves away, meaning that the devil fruit power that they have is just like Kuma, and they are on the Egghead Island. So this might be that they actually got here to steal his devil fruit. Man, I didn't see this coming. When I first read it, I didn't put that together. I just did. Wow, I just didn't expect it. Like, when did they have the opening to do that? But before the chapter ends, someone familiar sees them. It's Karipo. He starts begging them and says that he loves Teach and wants to join them and Teach is his hero and he always wanted to be a part of their crew. And this is where the chapter actually ends. Those 3 parts of the story. I'm just surprised after that. I didn't expect that they might steal Kuma's powers. I hope I'm wrong. I hope they didn't steal his powers. But he says the power that he has, he's not used to it, and well, he's wrapping people to different places. And what I actually loved about this, I don't know why, but every time I see Gear 5 Luffy, I'm just happy. It makes me happy. It reassures me that everything is gonna be fine. And seeing him now against Kizaru, I'm putting all of my money on Luffy, and I'm putting it also on him actually beating Saturn, taking down one of the 5 elders. This way, the whole One Piece world will know that Luffy is here. That Nika, the sun god, the one who brings freedom, has been awakened. And this is the beginning of the end. Tell me, what do you all think? What do you all think about this chapter and everything that happened in it? I'm interested in hearing what you all think. And yeah, thank you for watching, and I will see you on the next one. Bye bye.